So recently, we have Dak Prescott, quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, was asked on the controversial topic of how he felt or would he stand on his political views on the national anthem. Now, of course, it's started by Colin Kaepernick to pretty much raise awareness of the police brutality that's going on between black people. And what I don't understand, because I'm gonna get out here real quick, is that NFL players, entertainers, why do we have to have them speak on our behalf? We know that Jerry Jones is the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. Majority of these NFL owners are very apprehensive, when players started speaking up and talking about things in politics, man, because it can get away, it can get messy, they can lose a lot of revenue like they did a few years back. I mean, people was not tuning in, the views was not coming up. So, they were on their head. The NFL commissioner was like, all right, man, we got to rejuvenate this avenue. Like, people are really not buying tickets, not being season ticket holders. And I feel like this is not fair. It's not good for the players. Now, I'm not saying every player should be activist, if you want to say, to speak on behalf. But they did not wake up and say, I want to be a politician. If that was the case, they wouldn't be football players. That's a plan A. Or you got some that do things in the community, but they do not insinuate with the NFL to actually proclaim their agenda. And what I like for Dak Prescott, when he really simply stated, he stood his ground. He said it takes the joy away from football. It does. I mean, you got people, come here to watch football and for the enjoyment, the entertainment, even though it is kind of brutal. It's a brutal game. Some people lost their lives, killed themselves after football, over the years. I'm talking about the retired players. And, because of the concussions, and it helps with their cranial nerves, and football is very violent. But at the same time, he's making an income for his family and for himself, doing something that he loves. My thing is, why do we put too much pressure on entertainers and athletes to speak on political issues? Now, Muhammad Ali, back in the 60s, that was a different time frame. He did spoke about the Vietnam War, and then he actually forfeited his heavyweight championship. Now, I mean, he has every right to do that, but if he didn't say anything, he say, I'm still going to go in here and box. I mean, this is what I want to do. That's him. I mean, you can't get mad at someone not just continue to stay in their lane. We got to have politicians and people that's licensed to speak on our behalf instead of these rappers, entertainers to speak on the black community. And they was asking these questions, trying to get something out of them. I was listening to Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black News, Black World. In the comment section, they was going in on him. They was just saying he's going to wake up eventually. He's a coon for our people. Man, this is not... Man, Dak Prescott, leave him alone. You continue to play football, man. He was drafted in 2016. He's here to do his job. He's 24 years old, man. If he wants to be a political activist, he can, but you got to be accurate. And I just felt like, he shouldn't speak on our behalf. Even if he said, I don't understand why you guys are standing up for the flag or sitting or standing or not standing up for the flag. I think it's stupid. If he said that out of his mouth, I'm like, okay, that's how he felt. He's not a politician. He's not licensed. He doesn't have, I want to say the credentials, but his occupation is primarily not to speak on world issues. So I don't expect for him to speak on things that we need to address. That's for us as citizens. And people are going to say, well, Rodney, they have a huge influence. They have money, man. At the end of the day, what are you doing for your community? You know what I'm saying? Like, the NFL has nothing to do with the police brutality and stuff. And that's why I felt like, Colin Kaepernick, I was with him, but it should have been done something outside. And, Dak Prescott was pretty much, insinuating that, and he was planting the seeds in the minds of the people that was interviewing him on the training camp. So I think I hope they don't blow this up to proportion. I hope Shannon Sharp don't come in here and just say, oh, he's not politically aware. So he said he understands, after the interview, he understands what's going on. He's aware of the police brutality, the things that black people go through on a day-to-day basis. But this man right here, he is not a coon. He's okay. I don't think he's doing his job. He's 24 years old. He's here trying to obtain and have a good career in football, man. He's practicing. He's trying to get warm-ups. He's trying to have strength and conditioning, working on his diet. He's working on having chemistry with his teammates. Or organizing. He going to training camps, OTAs. He's learning about the playbook so he can have a successful season with the Dallas Cowboys. You had Jason Witten, who just retired, so he got to understand his new tight end, the new positions, where to throw the ball at. He's focusing on that. And I'm not saying he doesn't have any right to really have understanding what's going on in the world, he can speak up and say, hey, you know, after he play a game, he can go up here and make YouTube videos and speak about the black community. That's cool, long as he have his political facts right. But at the same time, I mean, if even he doesn't, man, he can start buffoonery. That's just him. I mean, he's a football player. You know, like, let them be, man. Stop putting all this pressure on them. And Jerry Jones specifically said, if you guys do not stand up for the flag, you're going to be reprimanded. He don't want to ruin his career. This is pretty much probably all he has right now until he builds himself up for something else. So it's like people, man, the people that's just really upset about this, man, like Dak Prescott he said the right, smart thing, man. He was very firm and he was to the point. You know, so I don't see a problem with this. So we got to stop having family entertainers and athletes to speak on our behalf. Like, people stop being emotional, man. You know, so Dak Prescott, continue to do what you do. I think he was drafted in 2016. Dez Bryant just, you know, was released, so he threw over 25 touchdowns and I think I'm going to say 13 interceptions last year. So, you know, and then I think he threw 23 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in 2016. So he's just want to be hit in his prime of his career and win Super Bowls. That's what he need to focus on, man. But it's your boy on Link. I'm out. Deuces.